Welcome you back to BLACKSITE tonight. We're going to talk about Trump and Zelensky. Huge backlash from the media against Trump. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. The Trump-Zelensky meeting was a disaster in the Oval Office. It basically showed you the difference between a country who wants peace and one who wants to finish a war. Zelensky came to the White House basically asking for Trump to give him billions of dollars so he can continue the war. Trump says he wants peace, and it turned into an Oval Office shouting match. Trump kicked him out of the White House, and now there's a huge backlash from Europe, some Americans, Democrats and their governors who support Zelensky. And Zelensky just went to England today and got a huge hug for Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister, and he gave him $2.26 billion to continue the war. But something also happened over in Norway. The Norway fueling company decided not to provide oil for American ships, and he told other Europeans to do this. There might be backlash from the United States. There are senators like Mike Lee saying that we should drop out of NATO right now. But this is what happens when you have an international disastrous meeting. Vice President Vance was in Vermont. He was protested by Ukrainian and supporters in America. They had to move him to a facility to protect him because these people were out of control. But this is what happens when you have a new administration comes in and has a different perspective and worldviews on how the world should be. We all knew that Trump wants peace. He always wants peace. He even had stopped peace between Netanyahu and Hamas. So right now we have two worlds. Zelensky is supported by Europe, Canada, and other European countries, and Trump is on the other side, basically saying he wants peace. The only person who's real happy about this is Putin right now. But you will see the fallout. You will see the huge backlash against the Trump-Vance team for this meeting. But Trump doesn't care. He's basically saying, I'm not giving you billions of dollars to continue the war. And without that money, I don't see how they can continue this war unless Europe goes broke paying for this war. I don't know how it continues. And many Americans will say, hey, time's up. We have given as much money as possible. We need to take care of home. And we need to have that money spent in America instead of being overseas. But the backlash from Americans, backlash from Europe, backlash from European leaders who are now saying they need someone else to lead the world. We'll see. We'll see how this all falls out. But these two men don't get along, and I still believe it goes back to 2019, in which Trump asked him to do an investigation on Biden. He refused to do it, and he ended up getting impeached over that. So now the Trump-Vance team has to recalculate and see what they'll do in the future. But I don't believe that they will help Zelensky. They are the people who sets up the foreign policy that was given to the executive branch. It doesn't mean what Congress does. They can do whatever they want to. But Trump is that leader. And this went south, and it's going south even quicker. So we'll see how Europe acts, America acts, Americans act, because right now it seems like there's a huge backlash. But Trump is used to huge backlashes. from the media, the American people, from Europe. He doesn't care if he is the outcast. He is the person on the side. You remember, his whole concept is what? America first. And he doesn't care. So if Great Britain or England want to give him $2.6 billion, if Germany wants to keep giving him money, France and other countries, they can do it. But without the boatload of the money coming from America, I don't see how this war continues and continues and continues. Somebody is going to have to stop the war until something truly bad happens and we have World War III. But the backlash is huge. For the Trump administration, you have Lisa Murkowski. She's angry. Of course, she's always angry at Trump. Never the Democrats. But they believe that continuing this war is beneficial for America, and I don't see how that happens. I don't see it ever happening with Trump right now. And Trump doesn't receive an apology, he'll never work with Zelensky. Europe can be on that side of the street, and America could be on the other side of the street. We have always fought our battles. That's what it's all about. But right now, this is getting extremely ugly, but it's getting extremely ugly for the world, because Europe is never in a good place when America is not backing Europe. They are basically on their own right now, fighting against Russia. China's on one side, United States on the other side. That is the truth. So their backlash is going to be huge. The protest is going to be huge. So hey, it doesn't matter. Zelensky was told to get out the White House. He was kicked out. And this is what happens when you have two dichotomies. One for war, one for peace. And the one that was used to getting money is not going to receive any more money from the United States. That's the way it is. Most people said this was a bad look, but to some Americans they say, hey, enough is enough. It's time to go. You want to keep funding wars? Hey, go somewhere else. And today he went to Europe. Keith Stanmer gave him a hug, said, we'll stick with you as long as we can. That's it. I would love to hear your comments in the comment section. I want to thank you for listening to BLACKSITE. Hope you subscribe to this channel. Smash that like button, but also share this video.